Y'all, I know that this is really strange, but the number 923 shows up on the wall of this, where this bomb went off in Israel. So I just want to show you this.
About the need for NATO to take a lot of responsibility for what's happening in Europe. This is a big demonstration of all of the obligations the United States has around the world, not just in Ukraine, also in the Middle East, also in the Pacific. So I think the president is going to go back to one of his signature issues, which is making the rest of NATO pay its fair share for the defense of the alliance. And we have the top 10 economies in NATO, the top economy being the United States. The other 9 are clinging at 2% of GDP to defense, not the 3.5 they need to be at. They're not even close. And so I think he's going to be laying down the law there and saying if NATO is going to proceed into the 21st century, if it's going to be relevant, it has to literally have cash on the barrelhead here. We don't want pledges. We don't want some sort of projection of maybe getting to 2% in 3 or 4 years. We want them to pay up now.
Assuming, for argument's sake, that Iran, their government, is responsible for these strikes and not some proxy group like Mike Tobin alluded, could be the case in light of the fact that Iran is denying that they are involved in this. Did Iran pick this timing in order to embarrass President Trump as he heads to NATO? And if so, how big of a miscalculation is that?
Well, I don't know how specific it was in terms of embarrassing the president. I would say that it was a miscalculation on the part of Iran if they were responsible. It's kind of this, as I said, this gray zone around the establishment of a ceasefire that it can be kind of a difficult period. But I think the key is for him to send the message to the Iranians that this is unacceptable. If they want to get to diplomacy, they're going to have to start acting responsibly. And otherwise, he's going to take the gloves back off and let the Israelis go back in.
And this is the statement from Defense Minister Israel Katz. I have instructed the IDF to respond forcefully to Iran's violation of the ceasefire with high-intensity strikes against regime targets in the heart of Tehran. So with that, would you say that the war is officially back on right now?
Well, let's see what the Israelis actually do. I think some targeted strikes in response to this would be proportionate, and then the ball goes back into the Iranians' court. So I think we'll see what the next couple of hours bring, but this was not a good move on the part of the Iranians, but I do think the ceasefire is recoverable.
And finally, Todd alluded to it, but Israel is saying that one missile was intercepted, and Iran is denying that they took part in it. Could it have been a proxy and not an Iranian strike, or is Israel able to tell and determine that this was coming from Iranian airspace?
Well, if we haven't figured that out yet, Carly, we will be able to figure out in pretty short order. And I would be a little bit surprised because the Iranian proxies have been remarkable for their silence over the course of this 12-day war. We haven't seen a single rocket fired from.
Okay, so you see it again. Sorry, you see it again, 9/23. September 23rd this year is Feast of Trumpets. If we're still here, I'm looking for a Feast of Trumpets rapture, but it could happen before then. But also, it is the 8-year anniversary of the Revelation 12 sign, which happened on 9/23 of 2017. So I just thought, wow, that's really strange that I just saw that number on there. Let's listen to the rest of this.
Hezbollah. Hamas has been quiet. Even more surprisingly, the Houthi have been quiet. So it's possible one of them might have fired something off. But as I said, the Israelis are going to be able to tell pretty quickly what the trajectory of this thing was. And I'm sure they will publish those results.
And to that point, it would be odd for the proxies to act now, which really does call into question Iran's denial of them being responsible for this strike. Victoria Coates, we threw a lot at you. Breaking news literally minutes before our show started. We appreciate you and your insight this morning.
I'm Steve Doocy.